As time goes by and the death toll climbs, nothing seems to turn out right. Everything's fucked, but you're in luck. It's Pat Reedy's Lock and Show Live. It's live. Pat Reedy's Lock and Show Live.
Hello, happy Sunday, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Pat Reedy's Locked In Show Live. Yours truly, Pat Reedy. Hello there. Thank you for joining us. Show number 11. And that special guest, Willi Carlisle, down in Fayetteville, Arkansas, is going to be joining us and playing some songs. I hope you stick around and listen to that because it's amazing. In the meantime, I'm going to play you some songs. It's an original song. I've been down, I've been low, seen the small end of a gun, I damn near died in the snow. I've been high, once or twice I do suppose, felt the oceans of this world, see the aches out of my bones. One thing I can't do, one thing I can't do, one thing I can't do, even if you ask me to, just hold on to you. I've been broke, clean broke, on the sand and in the hot beneath the bright desert sky. I won fights and I lost fights, but the bigger they come, the harder they fall. Cross my T's and dot my I's. One thing I can't do, one thing I can't do, one thing I can't do, even if you ask me to, is hold on to you. Well, one thing I can't do, one thing I can't do, one thing I can't do, even if you ask me to, is hold on to you. Thank you, folks. If you're just tuning in, this is Pat Reedy's Locked In Show Live, number 11. I'm your friend and neighbor and host, Pat Reedy. We're going to have Willi Carlisle come on next. In the meantime, here is some more songs. Let's see what I want to play with. K-pop. Okay, another little ditty. There we go. The leaves are on the ground, birds are in the trees, but the rain is coming down, and they don't say a thing. You sure do leave me blue by you being the new. You sure do leave me blue by you being the new. I could find the time, I'd waste it all anew. If I could find a reason to do what I do, if I could have most anything in this wide world, it's true. If I could be most anywhere, I'd be right there with you. Well, you sure do leave me blue by you bienvenue. You sure do leave me blue by you bienvenue. You can't take back the things you do in by you bienvenue, in by you bienvenue. Alright. Well, what else we got here? This song ain't played in a while, I don't think, anyhow. Yeah. Song about almost getting married to the wrong woman. Oh, out in Wyoming. I was working in the oil field, driving a lot. Alright. Well, sometimes I wonder now just why you look so proud. I was standing at the end of a 2-day drive and looking about more dead than alive. Well, I know that was then, and this is now. That was then, and this is now. Between hate and love and God above knows I'm headed south. Well, that was then, this is now. And now it seems to me that she never was too pleased with the soul guitar and the same old bar and the truck I worked on every week. Well, it seems to me you weren't too pleased. That was then, and this is now. Between hate and love and God above knows I'm headed south. Well, that was then, and this is now. I should try to explain, but I won't. I should answer your call, but I don't. Just standing beneath the sky and the dusty ground, staring at the side of the road, just south of your love and north of San Antonio. Well, that was then, and this is now. Between hate and love and God above knows I'm headed south. That was then, this is now. That was then, this is now. Cha cha cha. All right. So here is we're gonna go on to Willi Carlisle next. Willi Carlisle from Arkansas. Let's make him feel welcome.
All right. Hey, Willie.
Hey,
How are you?
good.
Thanks for being on the show, man.
Yeah, thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Hey, adjust this. tell us about yourself. I've only met you one time when we played that show at the Double Crown. I
Right.
know you're down.
Oh, go ahead.
You're in St. Louis now, right?
Yeah, I am. So I got here to the big city, St. Louis, just in time for everything to shut down on us. So I still don't know too much about it. Yeah, but I'm from the Ozarks. I come from a kind of a folk singing background, and I spent about 10 years, I guess, in the Ozarks, and I may just go back actually here real soon. We'll see. Yeah, I've been touring, making a living for about 4 years now in the business, and stuff's going about as well as I can expect it to, and I'm having trouble these days keeping up with mailing everything out on time. So I'm a folk singer. I play a bunch of different instruments. I play banjo and fiddle and guitar and accordion and harmonica and stuff like that.
Right on. Well, let's go right over. If there's anything you want to say, we should go right into music. And we have a video you playing. And we're gonna play that. Ready, Justin? We're gonna hear Willi Carlisle now play some music. There we go. Sure to mute your mic.
Well, thanks very much for having me, Pat. I figured I'd do 3 brand new songs. Get a little existential here. First one's normally a sing-along, but if you pick up on it, feel free to sing at home. It's called My Heart is a Big Tent. This morning the miracle happened as promised, the rising of the world's closest star. And the almanacs warned us that the fast coming weather might blow us away like dandelion flowers. And if I had a nickel every time I've taken shelter from the storm, alone and naked in my bed sheets, I could pay off all my loans, buy some nicer clothes, find a job that didn't always scare me. I try not to think before my 3rd cup of coffee how the heart's a big tent. You gotta let everybody in. Doesn't matter who they are, if they do right or where they've been. Everybody gets in. Well, I think I know a secret, still not really sure. Somewhere between I'm living and I believe I can fly. Now what's up, so I saw the devil in a used bookstore, ripping up the pages, a catcher in the rye. And I'm coming to myself like a man finding religion. Am I baptized, drowned, or washed in the blood? Seems like life's an open field, and I would like to plant a garden, though I'm ready for the fire and the flood. For the theory of all love, that the heart's a big tent. Gotta let everybody in. Doesn't matter who they are, if they do right or where they've been. Everybody gets in. My conclusion's not a great one. I'll leave that to the smarter ones. The soul is an idiot, and it doesn't care why. Well, no matter matter what you think of it, the gift is a simple one. Just sing until you love yourself and love until you die. I've seen the trees like pillars full of blood, chlorophyllic, stupid, swaying in their glory. Seen the sparrows in the air, a light on branches there, and there's no way that they're afraid to turn 30. If I can't love clean, well, I plan to love dirty. 'Cause the heart's a big fence, you gotta let everybody in. Doesn't matter who they are, if they do right or where they've been. Everybody gets in. This morning the miracle happened as promised. The rising of the world's closest star. Thanks very much. Really fun to play new material. It's been a really good time for songwriting. And I hope that you guys at home are feeling productive in your way, because now that there's a little bit of free time, it can be pretty useful. I'm also teaching a lot of banjo lessons and stuff like that. I'll do one on the git fiddle here. This is called Skull Tattoo. It's about breaking up with somebody and finding out that they got a skull tattoo shortly afterwards. I've heard you got a skull tattoo on the inside of your thigh. And I'm sure the new guy loves you, and he makes you come sometimes. I am certain that the old gods laugh at the poems I wrote. I feel them drunk and powerless, hammering in my throat. Now my Jesus is the ruckus of 3 roughhousing teens. Mary Magdalene's a good time gal in Nashville, Tennessee. Doubting Thomas plays a slot machine, wins 1,000 wounds. Can't believe his lucky hand thinks of me thinking of you. And all my love is a city dove in a station's biggest room, or suicidal thoughts on Tuesday afternoons, or the prophecy that tells you Sunday soon. I got no money in my pocket, got no song to glorify you. Yeah, my loneliness ain't music yet, I can't seem to describe it, but I'm looking for a meaning deeper than a skull tattoo. I'm still looking for a meaning deeper than a skull tattoo. John the Baptist points with certainty where Saint Sebastian looks. I was carried to the city on a rusty fish hook, from the river to the world on the water's coldest terms. Yeah, my hunger is no spectacle, it's between me and the worms. 'Cause I'd sure as shit suck left hind tit at some soul-sucking job, just to watch you mess your coffee up, to listen to you talk, just to let you sleep on Sunday and wash my best good skin. Wake up singing hymns, 'cause the resurrection have been. And all I am is the parts of me that dared to come between us. It's the things that we don't know that will defeat us. I thank God there are no children now that need us. There's no skull tattoo can teach you how to deal with death. Oh, the lovers that you've lost and the ones you haven't yet. And there was nothing so real as being wrapped up in your legs. And I hope that when you think of me, you know there's part of me that's dead. And I'm still looking for a meaning deeper than a skull tattoo. I'm still looking for a meaning deeper than a skull tattoo. I'm still looking for a meaning deeper than a skull tattoo. Thanks, folks. That's a brand new one. I didn't think I had any more angry songs left in me. But lo and behold, there came another. I'm going to end up on another sad one. It's a sad little mini set, but that's okay with me. Normally, because I'm a folk singer, I'd do a folk song right now. But I figured now's just be a really good time to do some brand new things. The weird banjo tuning on this next one. I really love exploring all the weird tunings that you can get out of banjos. It's F-B-E-A-D for those of you playing along at home. Make sure we're all right here. Well, this next one's about friends I had that were thinking about giving up and taking their own lives, and asking for reasons why they should remain, and not being able to come up with as many good reasons as you want to. There it is. This is called The Grand Design. The Grand Design. All I asked of you was your better years. All I know how to do is waste them. We'll philosophize on the grand design and mourn all of creation. And rejoice 'cause we're sorry and we tried. I'll rejoice if you're more than just alive. Let the the gods that give the world its sins, let them shine their lights a little over you now. I know they said we'd meet in eternity, still I wait for you below somehow. I'm coming home, but I know you ain't the same. Coming home, forever changed. 'Cause there is evil enough in a half-full cup to tempt me towards the deep, dark fun. When I believe in love and the things thereof, I know I see you shining. I don't know, but I've heard that there is more. I'm uneasy coming to your door. All I asked of you was your better years. All I know how to do is waste them. Now I laugh and cry at the grand design and mourn all of creation. Now I laugh and cry at the grand design and mourn all of creation. Thanks very much, folks.
Hello.
Hey.
How we doing?
I'm good.
That was great. That was great, man. Thanks.
Yeah, but it was really fun to do.
So back to more about yourself, because we got a lot more viewers now. Hell, we got a lot of comments. Bernardo Sullivan, greetings from West Cork. He tunes in every week. Thank you, Bernard. My buddy Chris Nangle over in Shrewsbury, UK, says ace. Nice stuff, Will. Kelsey Williams, you saw that. Hi from Charlotte. She saw you at the Thirsty Beaver.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite places. I think I've seen your name on that billboard too, or that, I guess on the, I don't know, on the, somewhere on the, scrawled on the side of the building or something.
We probably
yeah,
played it the same week, because it was the same run for me and you, which is different days. Because we played it together at the Double Crown in Nashville, remember?
Right, yeah. Yeah, I wish that every town had, if every town had 3 Thirsty Beavers in it, there would be like many fewer problems in the world, I think.
I concur. I absolutely concur. We also got, I don't know how to use this thing. I also got, shout out to Brian Clark, by the way, who's tuning in too. Also in Birkenhead. Yeah, don't do that. Stephen Chapman. I am trying to read these comments off.
Oh, I see.
I'm the youngest baby boomer in America, so it gets tricky. I got Jamie Jukebox Hammond says he's so dreamy. Talking about you.
What can I say? Yeah, it's hard being this hot all the time. You have to walk around with no clothes on. People keep throwing money at me. It's been really difficult. Yeah, I really appreciate, I appreciate everybody, but especially the folks from across the pond. I'm supposed to be in Sweden right now, which I would have gone to through the UK on tour. So it's really great to I still get messages every now and again from Scandinavians and people living in the UK, and I really appreciate it. I'm looking forward to meeting some more people in person.
It's wonderful playing over there. great beer, great food, and they were really, really kind to traveling musicians in my experience.
That's true. That's the impression that I got too. I was there at Americana Fest in Hackney last year, and I think that's about the only time I've been. Yeah, that's the only time I've really been over the pond, except for I guess some youthful indiscretions when I was still playing the banjo on the street and stuff.
Well, are you planning on still going over when all this COVID thing? Or are you just going to rebook the same tour?
Absolutely, yeah. I think it's gonna be the same and better. Honestly, I think that when we reboot, things are gonna come back. Well, at least I'm anticipating coming back with a vengeance. So I hope everybody's ready for me. I'm sure. So that's my plan. And I want to do Europe so badly. And not just because I travel. Do you go over there alone when you go?
Only UK, Ireland. The rest of it, I do full band.
So I'm a solo performer, really, most of the time. I travel with a side person sometimes, but going interesting places by yourself is really like one of the real joys of my life. And like going to a new place and like, you become a different person every place you go, like a little bit. And it's really kind of fascinating. I want to put that attitude that I feel when I'm like meeting new friends every day. I want to put it into a new cultural scenario because I have to explain American folk music to a lot, already, in Winnipeg.
America.
And like, I'm sure you have to explain country music a lot. And it's really exciting, the prospect of getting to do that for whole, big other audiences.
That's interesting you say that. It's it is like you're more immersed in another culture if you're the only American. If you're not surrounded by 4 other Americans, like you're truly more immersed if you're the only one. Like it's kind of more exciting that way. I see that.
Well, and you've done that gig too, where there's like 4 of the biggest country music fans in the ever right there, and it's like, man, I do this for a living. It's really hard to keep up with these guys. They just they'll tell you the session musicians on this one Earl Haggard record that were also played on this other record and so on. Sometimes that can be great, but also also the idea of going someplace and realizing you have some expertise. I was doing a co-write kind of for fun with this woman from Brazil yesterday, and her music was just so totally foreign to me that she could talk music theory and I could understand what she was saying, but it was like the cultural distance was so vast that I don't think I've learned so much about music in half an hour ever in my life. And the thought of being able to do, and I'm pretty sure I was doing that for her. The thought of being able to do that at scale is pretty thrilling, but also, man, there's just great fans over there too. It seems like people that really, I mail a lot of merchandise overseas. It seems like for me, I'm a one-man operation.
Yeah, there's people, you kind of have to want it over there though. It's not taken for granted. You know what I mean? Like people, you have to go out of your way. Before there was the internet, you really had to go out of your way to find
right.
Shit, man. And these guys, there's people like record collectors. My friend Harry in Netherlands, he's got a whole room. And there's another guy, Barry, in UK, that I know through Ags Connolly. And this guy has forgotten more about country music than I'll ever know. He's somewhere in Southwest England.
I'm thanking God. Ags is sure a great country singer. I hadn't ever heard him sing, but I'd heard him he was drunk on my hotel room floor for a long time, and then he sang something, and it was like, whoa, who's this guy? It's really something else. I think he was maybe my favorite. Really has become one of my favorite people to just turn on in the background. So I wish he would sing me to sleep.
He's a great songwriter. Well, how do people find your music? The viewers watching right now. Actually, before we go to that, I forgot to say this. I'm a shitty salesman. if you want to support what you're watching, all y'all out there in internet land, there's a link below and at the top of this post or whatever, Venmo and PayPal, if you want to support this via tips. If you cannot support it via tips, what you can do is you can share it on your page. Help us reach a wider audience, and thank you. Back to you. Where do people find your music? I'm sorry.
Well, just pretty much everywhere possible, which is to say, if you type in my name, it's just Willi Carlisle. Carlisle is in no Carl is an isle, and Willi.
The Carlisle group.
Only an I. Right? Yeah, that's what it is. And Willi with an I, because my parents are weird. And I've got 2 records out, third one on the way. T-shirts, memorabilia. I just found some refrigerator magnets on my floor, and I didn't sell 4 refrigerator magnets. But the music, besides being a traveling T-shirt salesman, the music's also out there on Spotify and Bandcamp and just about anywhere you can listen.
That's great. Well, you said that since we're getting good signal today, you might want to do another song?
Yeah.
Wing one live? Or?
Absolutely, yeah.
If you're ready for that, or if you want to.
No, I'm ready.
I want to put you on the spot.
Well, you know what? I figure I'm gonna go ahead and be on the spot. That's okay with me. And towards the end of being on the spot, I'm just gonna go ahead and do another new one here. Just because it makes me feel good, not performing, not getting to look people in the eye, to holler out the brand new stuff. Am I coming through? Sound okay?
Sounds great, man.
Okay, great. Very fine. I wrote this, it's about doing youthful indiscretions on Greyhound buses. I don't know if you maybe were smart enough to not take Greyhound buses.
Well, I did way stupider shit.
Yeah, that's
I was on freight trains and stuff.
Right, the cool kids roll on freight trains. I was on Greyhounds, is what I realized.
I rode Greyhounds too. They were too classy for the likes of me, I guess.
All right,
it's too rich for my blood,
This is called I Ain't Crazy. I'm at a bus stop on the north side, headed west. I'm in a cold sweat. I can't seem to catch my breath. Where I'm going, oh, I don't need an address. I'm gonna take all that I have and put it to the test. A nice old lady asked me if I'm okay. Well, I tell her I'm coming to see you, smoke her cigarettes all day, and tell her I ain't crazy, I'm just singing to myself. I ain't desperate, I just got nobody else. I ain't stupid, just can't seem to do the math. Multiply the man I am by the love that didn't last. Can't afford a motel, I'll get drunk on the edge of town. Can't afford the liquor, my friends, there's stores over the open ground. I've been learning how to hold my spirits down, how to hide all my fears and faults in a Pan-American sound. Should I come calling like a thief calls in the night? Because the man whose hand I shook still treats you alright.
And tell you I ain't crazy, I'm just singing to myself, and I ain't desperate, I just got nobody else. I ain't stupid, just can't seem to do the math. Multiply the man I am by the love that didn't last. 40 hours, ass to ass with humankind. It's unimportant, but I feel so damn alive. If you told me that it'd take this to survive, can you tell me what I ought to say when I'm walking up your drive? Is it some 3-day drive between what's said and what's done? It's been a long, heady stream of lives. It's a 3-day ride between my colorful dream and whatever's true about you and I tell you I ain't crazy, I'm just singing to myself. I ain't desperate, I just got nobody else. I ain't stupid, just can't seem to do the math. Multiply the man I am by the love that didn't last. There it is. Whew.
Right on, man. That was killer.
Oh, thank
People
you.
are liking it too. We got Nathan Grace, a great show from Tulsa.
Tulsa, very fine.
Go Will. Joe Jowers. And saw Pat Reedy on New Year's Eve at What's Cooking. Now he's a big fan of yours. Joe Jowers, and that's in the UK. Jenny Hormones. Hey, guys. Brooke Blanche says, awesome. Joe Jowers says, this is great from London. That's right. And Ryan Elwell has informed us that, Rays Up. Talking about the Tampa Bay Rays, who are currently playing.
Very good.
Now.
Congratulations, Tampa Rays.
They're doing well. So that was a great song. You're talking about youthful indiscretions on Greyhounds, and I felt the need to point out to our European watchers and listeners the difference between buses in America and buses in Europe, because we're not being insufferably posh when we make fun of Greyhound. It's kind of like the drunk tank on wheels. It's like you ride Greyhound when you have no other option. Like, yeah, I mean, our bus systems aren't like nice like y'all's.
And it'll take you like 4 days to get a drive that would take you in. I think that the drive that song is about, it's about being on a Greyhound for 3 days. And I think I was going from D.C. to Michigan, if I remember. And that's like a 1-day drive, maybe.
It's like 8 hours or something.
Yeah.
10 hours.
But, when you're 18 and, 18, lady friend just run off with a buddy. It was like classic country song scenario, but also I wasn't able to write a song about it for like 10 years because I didn't have that perspective. You know what I mean?
I think it's funny, too, that like it'll break down on you, too. My friend caught a Greyhound from Nashville to Chicago, and it broke down each way, going and coming in the same Louisville parking lot.
Oh, nice. Nice.
Yeah, man. You better have hitchhiking. But thank you for playing the songs, man. One more time, you got 3 albums out?
2, and a third on the way.
Third on the way. That's right.
Yeah, well, this was supposed to be a year to release that record, but now everything's pushed back. So it's going to keep. We're going to be all right, friends.
I think so. People are going to want to still hear music, as evidenced by them watching this right now.
I want to do one other shout out, if that's okay, Pat.
Absolutely.
I want to do. I've been helping to put together this queer and trans old time music gathering. It's happening up next year in rural Wisconsin, and I just kind of want to let anybody out there that might be interested in it know about it. It's just a gathering of traditional folk musicians and artists that are not straight, and that's pretty much the only criteria. And we're going to meet and hang out for a weekend, do skill shares, stuff like that, happening next May. It's supposed to happen this year, but it's fully funded. Nice place to stay, nice cabin out in the woods, kind of like a retreat.
Where can people find a link to that? Like, how would you recommend them find that then?
It's QTOTMG.com, which is Queer and Trans Old Time Music Gathering .com. But I'll put that I'll link that on our on the live post here right now.
Comments and all that. Yeah, that's great. It's really good to have like alternative projects and like a little turn to activism has been a good thing in this day and age. Somebody else to raise money for besides your own broke ass, because I'm used to raising money for me, Well, and there's always been, as folk music has always had a political end to it.
Yeah, that's true.
Coal mine strikes or whatever,
Right.
There's always been an engine of progress, I hope. So.
That's always one of the funnest parts of being in it is having a rich history to kind of cherry pick from a little bit. There's always going to be, you're always going to find like really problematic and racist stuff in American history. Anytime you look closely at American history, you're going to find really bad stuff. But then you can find these sometimes undiscovered, like amazing people that were, that were ahead of their time, that were progressive, that were, or were just like, even if they weren't extremely progressive, were just stand-up people. And I think one of the best things about sort of rural American music is that it can be used as a paradigm for positive change now, because it's just about normal folks trying to be normal, and normal folks going through hard times. And I think Willi Guthrie's over my right shoulder, I think, somewhere in here.
I'm a fan. I'm a believer.
He says that it's who's broke and where the money is. That's what folk music is. I always like that. Yeah. Well, so you got any more? Do you have any other questions for me, Pat? I don't know when we need to wrap up, but I'm here for it.
I guess we could wrap up. I just want to make sure everybody can find you, Willi Carlisle, but they can see that on the comments and all that, who you are and how to find your music. And you will be going through. All y'all need to check him out live, especially y'all in Sweden and UK folks. If you haven't seen him perform live, it's a hell of a show. And that's going to happen as soon as the COVID shit's over, right?
Yeah. Hopefully next year around this time is the plan.
All right.
Yeah, whole year away. Well, thank you, Pat. I really I enjoyed going through having an opportunity to revisit your records this week too. And really dig your last release. What was in 2018? What was it called?
That's all there is, and there ain't no more.
And there ain't no more. I was forgetting the parenthetical. I love a good parenthetical phrase after. You know what I mean? I never have the courage to do that. I don't know why. I just have never. I'll make a song and have the title actually be no parentheses like that long. Instead of doing the parentheses thing that we've all agreed on makes sense. Yeah. So thanks for all your work and putting all this together.
Thank you, man. And I hope to see you in person before too long.
Yeah, don't be a stranger. We'll be out here, and that goes to everybody down below in the netherworlds underneath us. Don't be strangers. Section. Yeah. And, all right. Thank you.
Goodbye to you, Willi Carlisle. me. Well, thank you all for tuning in very much, and thank you for supporting this program that we're doing. And please share it to your own pages if you want to help Willi Carlisle and myself and all my other guests reach a wider audience. I'm going to play one more song. Also, by the way, a friend of mine who was also a guest on this show, Todd Day Waite, as in Todd Day Waite's Pigpen being his band name, is doing a live stream from his page at 2 p.m., which is in about 10 minutes. So I'm going to wrap this up, and I highly recommend you go check out Todd Day Waite, because he is a wonderful singer, songwriter, guitar player, and also funny as shit. Good entertainment. And if you want to support this program, we're doing, you see the Venmo and the PayPal links, both above my head and down in the comment section down there. Play one song. Hey, that down at your road, man, calling from a long, long way. You can bet your life the creek don't rise till I be home today. I'm gonna make it back home today. I'm gonna make it back home. I'm gonna make it back home. These guitar strings don't buy wedding rings, and the road of mine don't pay. I've been a tradesman by day and a lizard by trade, and you stood by anyway. I'm gonna make it back home today. I'm gonna make it back home. I'm gonna make it back home. It's 10 years gone on the road of mom's put some miles on me. And old ain't wise, and you realize that I just can't do what they say. But I'm gonna make it back home today. I'm gonna make it back home. I'm gonna make it back home. Hey, I'm gonna make it back home. I'm gonna make it back home. Thank y'all very much for tuning in. Stay tuned for next week, where we're going to have Chris Acker and Miss Tess and Thomas Brian Eaton. Till then, y'all stay classy. Be good to one another.